Also, like when a guy is trying to be like, when he's trying to graft and that, yeah, trying to make money, trying to provide and stuff, yeah, women don't want to be the come up girl. They don't want to be the girl that struggles. Yes, guys, what you say, my people? Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Answer.
It's Sakib.
And your boy Hobbs.
And you're tuning into the After 5 Club. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Please like, comment, subscribe. Boys, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? ठीक है सब कुछ
ठीक है सब कुछ यार
सब कुछ ठीक है
Yeah, सब ठीक है सब ठीक है
ठीक है सब कुछ
ठीक है सब कुछ
आपको ठीक है
आपको ठीक है
आपको ठीक है
आपको ठीक है
ठीक है
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है
ठीक है चलो चलो चलो
How you guys been anyway, man?
Yeah,
Been
man.
alright, man. Been alright. Not bad. Not bad.
Summer's over. How does it feel?
I'm actually bare sad that summer's over that quick, man.
Why?
But we went so quick, man. But I didn't actually get to enjoy it summer properly, man.
This year the summer wasn't hot, was it? Like,
It wasn't summer.
It was a
wasn't-
late summer.
It was. It was.
I mean, it was hot.
short.
It was hot. I can't lie, it was hot.
For a period of time.
But I think it was I think it was like 2-3 weeks that it was like nice weather. But before that, it was just nah.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah. On that topic, talking about summer, usually during summer, peak wedding season. How was this season? Did you go to many weddings this year?
Bro,
This summer?
I attended about 4 weddings
Yeah.
this season. Sorry, this
summer.
This summer.
Mm.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I had one major.
Major one.
One major one.
Yeah. And apart from that, I had probably like another 2.
Oh, is it?
Same.
Right, man.
I went to a few, about 2, 3.
Mm.
But do you know what? There's one thing I've realized. Every year, it's like weddings is becoming even more intense. Like it's getting better, not better, but it's like they're doing
The upping in it.
They're upping the
Yeah,
game
yeah, yeah.
every year.
I don't know. I like it, bro. I actually like it. I like wedding season, man. I think like going to weddings and stuff. It's a nice sort of vibe, innit? But to be fair, it's summer. It's like the peak wedding season, isn't it? I mean, you still get weddings in like winter and stuff, but like summer is when it's like peak. Like
It's when a lot of people get
every
married.
other week.
Yeah.
There's someone getting married.
Yeah, because it's summer holiday, kids are off,
Yeah.
and then usually because the weddings, like for us Asians, it's not just that one day.
Yeah.
You have lots of functions and events,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
family
yeah.
come over. You have house parties, all of these things. So
House parties,
yeah, house parties, man.
Bro, I got another wedding to go to next week as well, bro.
yeah, same, bro.
Yeah.
Same one.
Huh?
When is it?
Sunday.
No, mine's on
Saturday. No, my one's on Saturday. My one's on Saturday as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Where is
Whereabouts?
You can't
Mine's in there.
there.
My one's there as well, though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, your one's there, bro.
No, my one's definitely there.
No, mine's this way. Your one's that way.
Is it?
Yeah.
We'll see in it. We'll see,
Alright,
bro.
right.
We
If
might
it's-
bump
if
into
I-
each
yeah,
other.
yeah,
We
yeah.
bump into each other, then it's fine.
We
innit?
can wait.
Yeah.
We can wait.
Yeah. What about you, bro?
Yeah, my wedding. I got a wedding. I got a wedding to go to as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man.
What day?
Top man.
Saturday.
Saturday as well.
It's on Saturday as well.
Sick guy,
We go
bro.
together.
Yeah, we're all going. We're all going, bro. We're all going.
Yeah, man. Wedding season, bro. What do you think of it? Like, do you think it's like? Do you think people are doing it, like going over the top nowadays, or
No, man.
no?
I think you know what people are doing. It's you know like obviously COVID came, settled everything down. Now things are starting to come back to normality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are starting to like. Bro, weddings are one of those things that it's never gonna end. So if you're gonna do a business in weddings in it, or decorating and all that sort of stuff. So it's going well off, right? But I think generally speaking, you know, especially being desi, weddings are like a massive hype in it.
Yeah.
So, and you know, people just need an excuse to party. We don't drink at the end of the day, so our sense of enjoyment is basically just the halla gulla that happens from weddings. Do you know what I mean?
Rock and party, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
But you know what I think as well? I think it's it's dangerous because obviously, as we know, social media and everything, people are showing their weddings, which is fine, but it sort of encourages people that are maybe not as able to spend a lot for them to get into debt and things like that. So it's just, you have to be careful because a lot of people, they tend to have a wedding that's, especially in our culture, is for show. You know, people say, oh, what are people going to say? What are people going to think?
Yeah.
So you feel like you're forced to have a wedding at a higher level than where you can physically afford.
And you know what it is, most people, they go into weddings thinking, you know, I'm not going to spend that much, man. But they have a budget. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to go over my budget. But like as soon as you get into wedding season, you're like, oh, I must do this,
Yeah,
must do
it
that,
adds up.
must add this in, you know, must do that, or them not doing that, must do it myself as well, and then it just keeps adding up, man.
That's it.
And then like you just spend bare money. But like I do like the intimate aspect of weddings and stuff. I think if you do it smaller, there's more blessings in it.
Because that's one thing I wanted to ask for the question for the people that are already married and have had a large wedding, right? How often do you see the people that came to your wedding? Generally speaking, do you see them often? Like, because the truth, what point I was trying to make is, does anyone regret having a big wedding or an extravagant one?
I don't think anyone regrets it. I think they feel it financially. They feel it financially. In that sense, they probably do regret how much they spend there. But like, I don't think they regret going large with it though.
Nice,
You know what I
because
Yeah.
I think it depends. A lot of people in our culture, they spend a lot of money, which is absolutely fine. If you've got the money, you can do whatever you want. You know, everyone's happy for you. That's absolutely fine. But there's a problem. There's a lot of people, and people don't realize is a lot of people get married and they borrow a lot of money.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So then they're starting off their marriage, but it's like the wedding. Yes, they've done it all big and fancy and nice, but it's borrowed money, so they're gonna have to pay it back. So that's what I'm quite against is the fact that do anything within your means. No need to go above your means to prove anything, because at the end of the day, the only people that are going to be affected is yourself.
Yeah, but
So-
bro, it's one of those culture versus religion things, isn't it? Like, people, you know, culture's culture, and people are, like, no matter how hard you try, there's no getting away from it.
I think if it makes you happy, it makes you happy, innit?
That's
Yeah,
If you
that's
want
the
to spend
thing.
money and you want to like you make it big and then go for it, man.
But
Yeah.
what if you want to do it big, you don't have the means, and you borrow money to do it? Do you still think that's absolutely fine if you're happy
No,
to
I don't
pay
think
it?
that's fine.
No,
think
I
that's-
don't think that's fine.
That's just like you're putting yourself in
That's
like.
just someone. That's just being stupid, man.
That is
No one
being
should do
stupid.
that.
That's what a lot of people still do, and are still doing to this day. There's a lot of people that borrow money, whether it's from family, friends, whether it's from the bank. Regardless, a lot of people.
Unless, like, for example, they've got like a contingency plan where, you know, they know that their business is taking off and all that. They've run out of funds for the time being, but they know that they'll be able to repay the debts like within a short period, and you know it shouldn't be a problem for them. But unless, for example, if it's causing a burden, and you know now, for example, it's limiting your other progressions, other investments, business, home, house, and all that sort of stuff, then I think people are just a little bit deluded and need to just come out of that mindset already.
100%, man. Funny you say that, because today's question of the week is to do with like financial issues after marriage.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, man.
Oh, what are the chances?
What are the chances, isn't it?
This sounds planned, you know. That.
I
don't
Literally,
know.
bro, it just
Maybe
sounds
it's kismet, bro.
planned. It is
Maybe it's kismet,
it is
bro.
kismet, yeah.
Right, let me read the question, yeah? So, it says, hi, I'm a 22-year-old female who got married just 6 months ago. Before I married my husband, his family wasn't very well off, and neither was he. Despite that, they insisted on having a lavish, big wedding, which ended up costing over 60 grand. Now, after the wedding, both he and his family are struggling with debt, and my husband has started asking me for money to help pay it off. The financial pressure is starting to affect me, as I feel like I'm being dragged into this debt problem. I don't know what to do. Should I keep helping out or set boundaries? How do I navigate this situation while keeping my marriage intact?
That is a good question. That is a very good question.
So lowdown is 22-year-old female, just married 6 months ago. Husband and the family aren't that well off. The marriage or the wedding costs about 60 grand, which is
Just for
alright.
the husband,
Just for the husband,
he pays 60 grand,
60 grand.
and the
And then she didn't mention how much he paid.
okay,
Right, so he paid 60 grand and his family 60 grand.
yeah,
Right, and now they're obviously feeling it after they're married now, and
course.
to make the money back up, he's cutting into like the wife's sort of funds and be like, oh, I need help this that because of debt. And now she's asking like, is what she
Bro, you know what the thing is? Like always, bro, there's more information which is a little bit needed over here. And the reason why I say that is because was there a high expectation from the girl side for the guy to be able to do like such a lavish
From what it sounds like, she's like the husband was doing it on his own accord. Like
Okay.
she wasn't really like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? That's what it sounds like.
yeah,
Otherwise she wouldn't be writing this shit if it was.
yeah, no, I hear that. I think, bro, in all honesty, you know, your wedding is your responsibility. You know, however you're gonna do it, how much you're gonna spend on it, and all that sort of stuff. That's down to an individual. As you said, Hobbs, earlier in the video. You know, do what's within your means. Do you know what I mean? So then I think it's, first of all, totally wrong for the family to have expectations from the newly
From the
wife, from the new wife coming in, to be supporting his debts. It was his choice. He's the one who's done that. There shouldn't be any reason to have that expectation from her to be sort of, you know, lifting that financial burden. I can understand that, yes, you know what, as couples, you know, sometimes you might be in a situation where you know, you go into a household and now you got to work as a team and all that sort of stuff. I totally get that and I respect that, but this was a luxury. This wasn't a necessity. Do you know what I mean? And therefore you need to kind of draw that line.
Yeah.
And I think the girl needs to just voice it, man.
Yeah.
She needs to really just voice it and just say, look, I'm really, really sorry, but you know, I can't contribute towards something so big, and that too, this was our wedding. If you don't have the means for, you know, how fancy you done it, you shouldn't have done it like that. There was no demand from my end. Do you know what I mean? Or there wasn't any high expectations from my family. We done a separate event, whatnot, blah blah blah. I'm doing my shit, you do your shit. So I think she just needs to be frank and quite open, like, do you know what I mean, and just have that conversation. I know it kind of puts her in a very, very difficult position, but you know, if she don't say something now, it's just gonna get worse.
100%. And we all know, like, financial issues are always like one of the main, like, problems people, like, newly married couple face, like, when they get married. In it, financial issue always is gonna be like a problem for you, and then that is a massive thing that just literally just chucked on a doorstep, saying, you know what, I got a debt of 60k now, and now I need you to help chip in. Like, obviously, as a wife, she's probably gonna be like, you know, I'll help you as much as I can, but it's come to a point where now it's like it's hurting her now. Like, she might not be able to, like, spend what she wants to spend. And obviously, in Islam, we all know, like, it's the man's duty to provide, innit? So, like, that's just going against Islam now, isn't it?
Yeah, no, 100%. I completely agree with both of you. I think one is the man shouldn't even, like, yes, you're married. If you're having financial problems, yes, you can ask your other half, your missus, you know, to help you, but it's not telling her, it's asking, and she has all the right to say no. If she feels like she doesn't feel responsible, she feels like she doesn't need to, then by all means, that's nothing wrong, and no one should judge her against it, because when you chose to pay that money to get the wedding, that was under your own accord. It's different if she pressured him to do it, but even if she was to have pressured him, when it comes to repaying that loan back or whatever, like, the wife doesn't need to pay a single penny, because it wasn't done, like, it was actually it was done under his accord, like we just discussed. So just to reiterate, I think it's a wake up call as well, because it's like, you know, when you first get married and you're newly married, you want to use that time to be stress free. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to enjoy the new chapter of your life, like doing daily things together, those sort of things. Now, because of that financial burden, because of a 6-hour event or a 1-day event, you're stressed now, and it's like, how long is it going to take for you to pay that back? If you're struggling, regardless, it might take you a year, it might take you 2 years. So you got to question as well, like, is paying back saving for 1 whole year or 2 years straight and paying that all off just to clear your debt, is it really worth it for a 6-hour event? You could have saved all of that money, that 60 grand. You wouldn't have been in debt. You could have started your marriage. You could have gone on a holiday of a lifetime with that money. You could have gone Umrah, done Hajj. You could have done a lot of things with that money, where instead you decided to blow it on a wedding, which is absolutely fine if you've got the money. But in this case, he didn't have the money. So why would you want to do it lavish? It just doesn't make sense. It's like you just blew money in a casino.
Bro, I never knew people go to that extent and actually borrow money.
A lot of people actually, you know, there's actually more people are borrowing money than not.
Yeah, man. Either through loans or they're borrowing money from family, friends, and they're not able to pay it back, and then that causes friction between family.
Exactly, because the relationship is different.
Yeah.
And even we experienced, we know someone who's got married about 3 years ago, and till this day they're still paying off their wedding debt.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you still doing it now?
mad.
Yeah.
Have you checked in?
Oh, I haven't. I don't know if they're still married.
But you know what?
That's the worst thing. Imagine. I have to add this part because this is why you don't get into debt. Because God forbid, say you're married, right? You've got 60 grand, 50 grand, 20 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, whatever amount of debt, right? God forbid, imagine, again, God forbid,
You get divorced.
or something goes wrong, it doesn't work out. But you still, for the next 2-3 years,
You're sagging, innit?
you're paying.
You're proper sagging.
You're paying for the debt of that. And another thing,
That's
as well
not child support, that's marriage support.
I've heard a lot of stories as well from, during weddings, you've got like videographers and photography companies.
Yeah.
Before they used to do, it's like, oh, you can pay after the wedding.
Yeah,
you pay an installment and then you pay after the wedding. But recently, because divorce rates are on the rise, they stopped doing that because what's been happening is imagine like, say for example, I'm a videographer, I'm coming to your wedding, I've charged you 5 grand, an example, I've taken £1,000 and the rest I'll take it after the wedding, like whether it's every monthly installments or whatever. Now imagine 6 months later you had the divorce. Do you actually think you're going to pay me off the rest for the wedding video?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
Do you get
I've
it? It
heard
leaves you in an
situations
awkward
like that as
situation.
well. Yeah.
You
So
know?
now they're trying to take like payments
Payment
up
way
front. Yeah.
before the wedding even happens, because some people
But I thought they signed a contract or something, no?
Nah, contract don't mean anything, bro.
when it's with an Asian company.
Especially when it's over like 2 grand, bro. Who's gonna go through courts and pay
to
all the
spend more
fees
than
for
that
that? Yeah,
just to
2-3
get it
grand.
back.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, look. Obviously, it's all fair and well to say, coulda, shoulda, would've.
But let's see the
obviously-
other side. Let's see the other side. Maybe there's a reason why, like, I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe like the mahar was high or something, and he's probably thinking, you know what, mahar was high. Let me actually splash on my wedding. It's gonna make my family happy. Blah blah blah. But now obviously he's not able to pay it off, and now he's struggling, and he's asking for his wife for support, and thinking, you know what, I just got married. Like everything was fine, but there's no support coming from you now, or there is, but like you're being iffy about it. I get like it's wrong. But like, do you see what I'm saying? Trying to say, like, from the guy's perspective,
I get that, but
it can be a bit like, oh well, we got married for a reason. We hit whatever problems that we're going through, we're in it together, and this is one of them. So like, let's try and get it through together.
do you know what it is? I think
Bro, that's
I'm clutching at straws, but like, I'm just trying to.
Nah, but you know what the main
she
rule?
signed the wrong deal, bro. That's like that's bad investment, isn't it?
It's very bad
No,
investment, bro.
A loving wife, if your husband is, because it happens, like we said, in life, there's going to be moments of highs and there's going to be moments of lows, financially as well. So someone who can have a lot of money right now, in a year's time, the situation can be complete opposite.
Yeah, no, bro, 100%. I agree with that, right? That basically, yes, if there's like if there's love involved in it, but a lot of the time, bro, you're early in a relationship. It's an arranged marriage. You don't actually know each other well enough to love each other blind like that, or to that extent, right? That's not a good way to start.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as in that from the get go, you're already kind of putting a scar in your marriage. I can, you know what? As you said, you're trying to look at from another angle. I'm gonna change that angle a little bit. It could be the situation where the man's lost his job or something like that, right? And if that's the case, then as partners, I can understand. That would probably still make reasonable sense.
Let's not even say
to
lost his
some
job.
extent.
Let's just say that she can physically see that he's working long hours trying to pay this debt off.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's tired, like he's
Yeah.
doing 12-hour shifts, just trying to pay the debt. And like all he's asking for is a bit of support, just for a time being until the debt's been paid.
Yeah, I mean, if it's for like a short period, then I think that's something not even worth arguing about. Like, obviously it's still wrong.
It's still wrong.
It's
Yeah.
still wrong. The man shouldn't really be putting his wife in that position.
But you're in that situation, and you need to find a way to get out.
Yeah,
And
this
if
is
that's
it.
one of the only options, hopefully you have an understanding wife. Maybe you tell your wife and you communicate to her, yes, listen, you may have some money now. I'm not saying I want it, but maybe let's clear this debt and I will pay you back the amount you've given to me in our own time, so we can still
Yeah.
do our activities, enjoy our marriage.
Yeah.
But there's no rush in giving that money back.
So
'cause we're,
saying that, what would you do if you were in his shoes?
What's that?
if
in
you
that
were
position,
in
you feel the
debt,
husband?
would you? Yeah.
I wouldn't ask my wife, especially when it's like my own personal debt prior to marriage. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't.
But you've
think that-
exhausted all avenues. You've asked friends, you've gone to banks, you've gone for like, you're doing like 2 jobs, and it's like you've done everything you
I'll
possibly can.
continue doing 2 jobs, man. What's the worst that's gonna happen?
Okay. Fair
Fair
enough.
point.
Yeah.
Do
I'll
take
just
a
continue.
third job.
I'll take
Do
on a
you
third
bonus
job
side?
if I need to.
Do
Do
you
you know
bonus
what I
side?
mean? Yeah, but bro,
Jump on TikTok.
bro, it's
Jump on YouTube.
Do a podcast.
it's something. It's a mess that I created for myself.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever the debt, man, 60 grand, whatever, 50 grand, even if it's 100 grand, bro, eventually you can pay it off. Do you know what I mean? Especially if you're living with, I'm just saying, like, for example, in worst case scenario, moving with your parents for a little while, if they're not already moving, if they're moving if they're living separately, moving with your parents for a little while until you can to save that rental cost or whatever mortgage costs and whatever, and then contribute that as an addition to top up your debts. There's always ways, man. There's always ways, but it's just about thinking smart.
I think as a guy, you're going to take it either one of two ways. Yeah. The first way, you could be like, you know what, this is my own fault. This is my problem. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna come up with solutions to try and fix it. Or a guy would be like, you know what, like, my wife ain't supportive, right? She ain't helping me. It's a time where I need her, and she's not there for me. I need her help, and she's not backing it. Therefore, I don't even know if she's the right one for me now.
No, and so the thing is, right, if for example this is a love marriage and you've known the person for a long time, fair enough, it's okay to have some level of expectations from each other, right, to be supporting each other. But if it's an arranged marriage, you've just gotten to know the family a year ago, and you've only met the person a couple of times before you got married, and now you've moved in 2 months down the line, you're like saying, I'm really struggling over here because this, that, whatever, and you give the explanation for the wedding. We ended up taking a loan and all that sort of stuff. Bro, you kind of feel, as from a girl's perspective, you kind of feel scammed, innit?
Yeah,
because
100%.
because at the end of the day, these guys are just put on a show, right? When they had no means to do that, and now, it's now all of a sudden my problem or they're making it my problem because now I have to also contribute towards it. If anything, she had told me, being very, very crystal clear, we would have just simply said, listen, we'll just do like a simple, very, very simple wedding, whatever, blah, 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 whatever's in your means. Or if, for example, if finances was something that the girl's family probably would not have considered, in terms of accepting the marriage, then so be it. Cancel the wedding. But why even let yourself get to that position where now you're opening your hands out to your wife, who is a new guest into your house or new person into the family?
I think the main question as well we should be asking is, did the wife or did the husband communicate that he's having this wedding and he's going to be in debt, like he's borrowing money for the wedding? That's the main thing. Because if it was a case of, okay, you haven't got married yet, you're getting married, you want to have a lavish wedding, you communicate with your wife, okay, let's do this wedding, I'm gonna have to borrow money, this is how much I want to borrow, this is how much I'm gonna have to pay back after we get married, it'll be fine, I'll manage, stuff like that. I think that's very important to us, because then the situation is completely different compared to if the bride didn't know and she just came into the marriage, got married, started a marriage at home with her in-laws, and next thing you know, the husband's saying this.
But she said though, innit, like the guy's family isn't well off either. So like, he's not actually gonna say, like, you know what, I'm got the means. Like, he's obviously gonna say, you know what, I'll sort it. Don't worry, like it's on me.
That's the problem.
And he's basically taken on too much for him to handle.
So this is what I want to ask: is for sometimes is it worse to lie, or not lie, but just not tell the truth and just say, don't worry, I've got it covered, even though you haven't got it covered and you're borrowing money? Or sometimes even it's better to just say the truth and just say, it's a bit tough right now, we can't really afford it, if you want me to, I can borrow money for the wedding and stuff. Like, I'm trying to
either
figure
way,
out.
as a man, you should know, like, right, if I am going to be in debt, right, it's something set up for me to make that money back. You should know that yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got like a business and you're expecting your business to like take off and do well, then you obviously think like, okay, I can make that money up some way or somehow. But like, if I don't, then why am I gonna get myself into it?
Do you know what? This is the scary thing. This is why I don't ever borrow money, and the reason is because, yes, if I borrow money, I know, okay, I've got a plan. Business is doing good. I can pay it off, whatever. But you never know. Situations can change. Not only the situation of your investments or your businesses, your own health. Imagine you fall sick, and next thing you know, a month, you've got a mortgage, you're off sick, you've got your debts to pay, you've got your mortgage. Now you have to question, okay, what do I do? Do I pay the mortgage or do I pay off my debts? Both of them, if I don't pay, it's going to affect me one way or another. And that's the trickiest part, because people always think okay, yeah, I'm working, I can pay that, I can cover that off, but they don't realize that your situation can change like that.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're paying back something over a course of 3 or 5 years, because usually when you borrow money, it tends to be like 3 years or 1 year, 2 years, however long. It's not a short period of time. It's not like 1 month I'm clearing it. It's a big part of, it's a big amount of time. So you kind of have to also question as well. Sometimes you have to prepare for the worst. So whenever you are borrowing money, if you ever do need to borrow money, don't borrow money based on the income you get. Prepare for the worst. Base it on what's the worst, or put yourself in the worst position and count how much you can pay back on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made sense.
No, 100%.
The question is, who's he owing the money to? Is it banks, or is it, like, for example, family, or you know, if it's friends or family, I would much rather go to them and ask for additional time.
Yeah.
But be very, very crystal clear, rather than go to my new wife and ask her. Do you know what I mean? On the other hand, bro, look, you know what? Depending on the sort of relationship he's got with his missus, if, you know, like, for example, if you can come to that sort of agreement where basically, you know what, I mean, as a husband, first of all, you shouldn't really do that. But if you are going to do that, maybe go in with the mindset that, you know what, look, that money, she's not using it. It's stored in her bank, for example, right? You know, if anything, I'm just gonna borrow it from you because you're not planning to spend that over the next year. But before you, like, for example, over the next year or so, I will make sure that I repay you that amount, just so that, for example, if you wanted to, if you know, like, as in, she might have other things planned, innit? She might have her own family's burden as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Just the way you put it, that sounds uncomfortable for me to do myself, man.
Bro, that's what
So
I
I'm
mean.
saying,
innit?
like, I go into your wife and be like, listen, I'm a bit short, like, I need money, like, you're not using your money.
Yeah, but bro,
give it to me.
But do you know what I've realized,
bro,
though?
you know what the thing? Sorry, bro.
No, go for it.
But the issue is, a lot of people might look at their partner's wallet and think, you know what? Oh, okay, they've got like 20 grand, 30 grand in their banks. Okay, right. They're not really doing anything good with it anyway. Let me see if I can use that as an investment or do something, not necessarily to repay debts or whatever. But that person might have planned something for their own siblings, or, you know, like, for example, if, you know, like, her own family, like, for example, she might have little brother or little sister or something like that, and trying to contribute something towards them or something. So I think it's really difficult to put someone else in that position, especially if you've not got a long-term relationship. Do you know what I mean?
100%. And I think, do you know what? For me, I think because of generation has changed a little bit. I think before it was very focused on, and I completely still agree, like, the man is, you know, solely responsible to take care of the home. You know, he's the breadwinner and everything. But we have to be realistic. You know, I'm a realist.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're the realist,
Yeah, that's it,
I think
man.
you converted, man.
Yeah.
Converted.
Yeah, I'm a realist now. But what my point that I was going to say is nowadays, bro, people, and a lot of people, you are struggling to survive off just one income.
Yeah.
So nowadays, and I think this is what's the beautiful about marriage and falling in love, is that you work as a team. Obviously, both parties have to agree to it. If one person's like, oh no, for example, the bride is not with it, then that's, you know, you can't force it on her. But ideally, you would want both of you guys, if you're earning average income. I'm not talking about if the husband's earning a lot enough to provide. I'm saying average. Look, average human beings in this country, salary is on average, what, 30, 35k, around that. So let's be honest, with the times of living and stuff, you can survive, but you can't have a good quality of life with just that one income. It's just a fact nowadays. So ideally, the beauty of marriage is you work together, you put your income together, and you obviously, however you decide to do it, whether the man says, you know what, all my money is going to go on all our outgoings, our bills, everything, and your money, if you wants to, we'll use that for our holiday, we'll use that for our days out, our treats. Like, that's but you're still doing your duty as a man and providing everything for her. But that's just like, you know what?
So basically splitting down the necessities and the luxuries.
Yes.
So for example, I will cover the necessities, right, and I will make sure that basically you don't have to deal with that. But luxuries is for your own happiness.
Luxury is we're going to work as
Yeah.
a team to do it together, because one person's not able to
further
do it.
progression.
For further progression, and that's what you want.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
where
'cause-
Baraka comes in, when you're both playing a part in it.
Yeah.
You're both doing acts of whether it's treating each other with your own money.
Mm.
Like, that's part of a marriage as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes back in our days, like, our parents, for example, our mum, well, a lot for a lot of people, the mum is a stay-at-home mum, looks after the kids and everything, and the father goes and provides. But I feel like that narrative has changed.
But bro, you know what? You're right. It has massively changed. But I think that's also down to like individuals wanting to progress in life as well. Like for example, bro, even one average income can still survive. I know it'll be a bit of a struggle, but you can still survive. Maybe not in London, right? It might mean you might have to move somewhere to like Liverpool or Blackpool or somewhere like that, like
Bradford.
Bradford.
Birmingham,
somewhere else,
Birmingham.
right? Where like an average 25 to 30 grand
Is good
income
enough, yeah.
is will still keep you ticking along.
Miami Crispy.
So, right, but I think the point is that basically you can still go on to do that sort of stuff, right? Like and Islamically as well. Like I'm just saying, I know we're not here to quote Islam and stuff, right? But just since we are talking about this. Islamically, a man's duty is to provide a roof over his wife. Do you know what I mean? Right? How big that roof is, that's not a requirement. Do you know what I mean?
Could be a shed.
It could even be
Could be even a car.
It could be a car.
But the point is, giving, providing something, like as in providing, putting meals in front of her, that sort of stuff, right? So, whether somebody lives in a studio flat or whether that be a 4-bedroom detached house or something like that, like, do you know what I mean? I'm just simply saying that those are luxuries versus necessities, right? So I think nowadays, I think the trouble is there's the other half of the like, as in there's the other half, misses, for example, they might want to add more value and try better their life and stuff like that. And if that's the case, that's absolutely fine. You work together as a team. But at the same time, don't forget that the man's main responsibility is to provide the roof. And is he able to provide that basic necessity? Anything extra, he's not technically obliged to do that. Do you know what I mean? He's not technically obliged to do that. Obviously, it would be nice if he can, right? But I think a lot of women nowadays, they sort of misinterpret that, and they kind of apply that pressure onto men.
Yeah.
That you know what, as a man, if you can't take care of my needs, you shouldn't have got married to me. You aren't ready to be a man or something. Do you know what I mean? Some women can be very toxic like that.
But even the way you said it, bro, that was very.
I'm scared. Yeah,
I got shook, bro.
Yeah, that's it's true, bro. It's true.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me.
But
bro, it's so true.
It has
It's
to
so
be
true,
true,
bro.
actually,
Lots of women, they're very inconsiderate of the from that aspect. And they might end up saying it in a really toxic way. But then at the same time, if they, this is what I always say: what are they bringing to the table?
It's give or take, innit?
Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, from a man's perspective, you know what? That's fine. You want me to cover it from an Islamical point of view? That's fine. I'll do that. Right? But expect it from an Islamical point of view as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
100%.
But I feel like nowadays the beauty of marriage and getting married and falling in love is the idea of you both grafting together and you both have a goal together, like, and you're working towards that goal, and then you achieve that goal. Once you've achieved that goal, you think about another goal, and that's how you just elevate your life. And you do it it's a journey.
Bro,
your marriage shouldn't be like, as soon as I get married, I want to marry a rich husband and we're living the best life. I feel like that there's no substance in that marriage compared to someone who been through the lows, been through the struggles, and really that's when you appreciate when you've made it and you feel comfortable and content. And it only works when you have both people have the same values and the values align and their mindsets are similar,
Understanding
and
has
they're
to be
both
there as
willing
well,
to
yeah.
graft together.
100%.
And when someone is feeling low, the other person pushes them up, and when the other person is up, the other person doesn't push them low. I'm trying to
Bro,
I didn't get that last
I'm
one.
losing you, bro. I'm
I've lost
losing you.
myself.
The minute you
I've
start
lost
going thinking about up and
You're on
whatever,
such a
left,
roll
right,
as well,
and
bro.
center.
Yeah, I was on a
You're on
good
a roll,
roll,
bro.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Mm.
that's what I mean. I feel like, and the young generation, they don't really quite get that. A lot of them, they feel like when I'm married, I want to, like, from a girl's point of view, I can't wait to get married. He's gonna look after me. He's gonna take care of me. It's as if it's like for
A
them,
lot of
it's
people
easier.
are like materialistic. as well, innit?
Materialistic, like they're thinking about.
Yeah, I want to go Dubai. I want to do this. I want to go on a
Exactly.
5-star or 7-star hotel and all that sort of stuff.
And this is why the divorce rate, in my opinion, I feel
Yeah.
like is a lot higher. Is
Yeah.
because people start off the expectations.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
especially girls. You know how girls are. They like to dream about things. They whatever they want in their head, they need it, sort of thing. And when they have those ideas in their head and it's not reality, that's when the problems come, because they never. It's not. It doesn't go into their. It's like it's not wired into their
That's
brain
true.
how
That's
they're
true.
thinking, because they think differently.
And bro,
Not to say it's bad.
Bro, you know another thing is that a lot of women nowadays as well, bro. Like they have such high expectations. Like, fine, meher is one thing, yeah. Like, as in we all know that meher prices, like, they're going ludicrous with some people, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also like very high expectations. Oh, you know what? My birthday just went. What did you get me? Where's my Louis Vuitton bag? My friend or my sister or this, that, blah blah blah, right? You know, her husband bought this. There's too much competition. There's too much comparisons. Do you know
That's
what
it,
I mean?
yeah.
And when you start adding comparisons in your relationship, that's, you know, you're just
Setting yourself up for failure.
yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
But you know what I noticed as well, like women that think like that are materialistic and stuff, yeah, they wouldn't actually go for like some sheikhs in Dubai and that. Like, they wouldn't go for like a rich man
Yeah.
that live in sheikh. Why?
Yeah. Shall I tell you why?
Go on, I know I'm gonna say it, but
Go on, you say it.
But because they're not gonna give a shit about you, bro.
Exactly.
They're not gonna give a shit about
They're just
you.
there for one thing and one thing only.
Exactly,
That's it, bro.
exactly. So like, you want the best of both worlds, yeah? You can't have best of both worlds, bro. You gotta actually
You
like
ain't
try
gonna get
and
someone who's gonna love
There
you,
you go.
someone who's gonna genuinely have respect for you, someone who's
There you
gonna
go.
look after you. You know, make sure you're not only just you know, like, as in love, but at the same time you're his izzat. Do you know what I mean? That you understand what izzat is,
Yeah.
innit? Yeah. Right. So like, so basically having that mutual respect. Right, but that's just gone. That goes. You know, like, as in, if you're gonna if you want just materials, you'll get that.
yeah.
You ain't gonna get you ain't gonna get everything.
Yeah. They're not gonna go for the sheikhs in Dubai, but yet they want to put pressure on like average men to be like, yo, you need to get your money up. You need to start providing this, that.
Which, it's like, it's difficult because, you know, when you start an arranged marriage process, we're talking about arranged marriage now, right? When you start an arranged marriage process, it's like you don't have enough time to get to know that person, to get to know all of these situations. These sort of things you learn as you're married. Sort of a lot of these things, you get it. So it's like, it's difficult because it's like, you know, when you're going through a dehadeki or something, it's like you have to be careful what questions you ask as well. And it's like on your first meet and stuff, you're not going to ask questions those things, innit? So it's like you want to find out the answer, but how do you find out the answer without making it be a problem, sort of thing?
Yeah.
Also, like, when a guy is trying to be like, when he's trying to graft and that, yeah, trying to make money, trying to provide and stuff, yeah, women don't want to be the come up girl. They don't want to be the girl that struggles and goes through like all the problems and like hardships and the financial issues, all that. She wants to be the finished product. She wants to be with the finished product. Who's there at the top, who's making the money, who's able to, who's got power, he's got influence, all these kind of things. That's what she wants. No girl wants to be that come up girl. And that's what you know. But then again, you try to put yourself in their shoes. If you're a woman, you do want the best for yourself, don't you?
No, but bro, I hear that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But
you want the best possible outcome for yourself.
Bro, I totally agree, yeah. And you know what? But that's human nature as well, yeah. We always want the best for ourselves. But at the same time, you also got to be realistic as well, innit? You know, like, there's 4 women to 1 man out there. So, you know, like, as in, if every girl starts thinking like that, how is that even possible? Like, do you know what I mean? You gotta be humble a little bit.
And I think you have to be realistic within your own situation. Like, for example, you have to see where you are in your life before you can. So, for example, like, respectfully, if you're in a position where you haven't been grafted, you're not not just that you don't have a business, but you're, how do I say it in a nice way, like you're humble, like like what I'm trying to say is you don't have money, you know, like, not, do you get it? Like, but you can't have that expectation of, I want to marry a rich guy.
Bro, looks ain't everything.
Exactly.
Looks ain't everything. Like, as in a lot of people, they think, you know, makeup, art, basically, in other words, art, right? Face art. basically they seem to think, yes, face art is going to get me all the attention, and that just automatically raises my status, and now all of a sudden I'm like this Kim Kardashian model and all that sort of stuff. But realistically, take off the makeup, you're just an average person, innit? Like
you look like Stacey.
Bro, I'm simply just saying.
Bro, you look like Stacey from flipping down the road.
That's what I mean. Like, just humble yourself, innit? Humble yourself, because. But you're lucky to have someone who even loves you. So understand the true value of a relationship. Forget all the materials. Forget all that other stuff, because men don't think like that.
And you know one thing I've realized as well? I've realized recently, I don't know if you've noticed as well, but you know people that are, wealthy, or we're not talking extreme level wealth. We're talking, comfortable, good, like us. We're in a good place. We're not targeting people for looks anymore. We're looking at, because again,
what are we talking then?
No, we do.
Targeting was a word wrong, but it's like our main, like for a person who's already at a certain level, you are not gonna be chasing based on looks anymore. You're gonna be like, recently you're chasing someone based on someone who's got that similar, if not similar sort of grind as you. You're looking for an independent person. You're looking for someone who can add value, not necessarily just add looks. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you're at a certain level, it's only the mediocre, the ones where they think wearing designer Gucci and your LVs, all of these, they will attract the people that are.
Bro, don't get me wrong, like looks are important. Looks are very important.
Of course, 9%.
Right? But like. Had to throw that in, right. But like of course, looks are very, very important. But there's a lot of good-looking people out there, like men and women. Do you know what I mean? So, but where people start thinking, yes, you know what, I get this much attention, it kind of gets a little bit big-headed, and then they kind of start thinking that I'm worth more than what I'm actually worth. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, you know what the saddest thing is? When a man throughout his young days, he just like works really, really hard, and he's like grafting, studying, and has lots and lots of ambitions and lots of goals, and thinks, I'm gonna set up a business, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But then the problem is, the minute he gets married, that control is lost. Do you know what I mean? All because of other worldly pressures and priorities of the other person. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, the fact is, there's so many men out there who just eat this up silently, who just, who give up their own dreams, who make sacrifices, right, and put their other halves first before themselves, without even saying a single word. Bro, it's really, really upsetting.
Very upsetting.
I think that's what happens when you get married. I think that's a part of responsibility as a man.
No, bro, 100%, right? But when they are being dictated, for example, bro, there's a lot of men who have like bigger goals. For example, I'm just simply saying, if for example someone has studied, worked their arse off, like while their friends were like going to lads holidays and all that sort of stuff, this person didn't bother doing all that and focused, and actually like thought, you know what, I'm gonna come to an age where I'm gonna be able to enjoy myself financially and everything, and I'm gonna buy myself a nice sports car. I'm gonna buy myself a nice, I don't know, like
CLA.
no. Let's live it up a little bit, like a Porsche 911 or something like that. Like that's their dream or something like that. When does this person ever fulfill his dream? When will this person ever fulfill his dream? Right? And it's not even just about that. It's like, they've grafted. They might have other plans. While I'm working, I want to set up a side business. I want to be able to do this. But then the minute they get married, the missus is saying, you know what, I want my own place. I want this. I want that. And you know what, I want a house like this. And now automatically, he's now having to think, okay, you know what, I need to now think of, my maximum mortgage allowance is going to be this much. Now I need to be able to do this. Now my house that I'm looking to buy now isn't going to be 300,000. Now it's going to be 400,000 because she wants her house with so and so, or this garden, or that, blah blah blah. And then, like, for example, come her birthdays, as we said earlier, she wants a YSL handbag, or like, whatnot, this, that, but like, isn't everything is I want. But then the man is just like shutting down his own feelings, his own inner feelings. Yes, bro, I'm not taking away the fact that the man has to, that's his job. He needs to provide for the woman, right? But does he not have a life of his own? Does he not have feelings?
But you know what I mean? Keep them kind of people, yeah, they're just born different, bro. They got the grind in them, bro. If they're grinding the whole life, if they're like struggling the whole life, chasing businesses, making a living for himself, yeah, as soon as a woman comes in the picture and this woman's taking priority and now she's like, she's demanding this, blah blah blah, he takes it as a challenge, man. You know what? Cool, this is another challenge on my head now. I've accepted the challenge, bro.
Bro, you know what the thing is? There's a lot of men nowadays who are not getting married because of that.
That is true.
There's a lot of men who are not rushing to get married. They're going past the expiry date as well, right? And as in, they're going past 30s.
Yeah.
Right? And
I don't think it's they don't want to get married. I think it's they're placing less importance on marriage.
Yes.
At a younger age.
What they're saying is, you know what? I want to live life. I want to make all the decisions. I want to be more independent as much as possible. And then when I'm ready to settle down, then
bro,
you know what?
I respect that, bro.
I respect that, mad, bro.
I actually think that's a good thing, bro.
That's a very
especially
good
in your early years, especially like between 18 and about 25 to 30ish. I think that is the years where you just grind, bro. You just make a living for yourself.
100%.
Do whatever you can, because
live life.
Do you know
that's
what
when
I
you have
feel
the most energy. That's when they have the most drive in you, innit?
I feel like it depends, because I was we've all have this. We've got similar mindsets of grind, and we grind until we've worked for what we want, right?
Yeah.
But I was having conversations with a few people, and it really struck a chord in me, because I was thinking, because they were saying how how we are on the grind and our mindset's like this, but their certain mindset is, do you know what? I'm content. I don't need to grind. I'm working, I've got a stable job, bills are being paid, we're going out on evenings, we're going on the odd holiday, 1 or 2 a year. Like, they're very happy being comfortable and content. And sometimes you look at people and you realize that the more money you have, or the more investments you've got, and the more situations you're in, the more problems it actually causes. So there's some people that are living a beautiful life with, it's not the bare minimum, but with just enough to go by, and obviously they're happy like that. Me personally, I couldn't ever live like that.
That's the thing. Some people just like that, innit?
Yeah.
We've had so many conversations. Like, alhamdulillah, we're all doing well for ourselves.
100%.
We're all like making millions and stuff.
Yeah, bro. I remember when I made my first million at the age of 21, bro. Like, mad, bro, I was well happy.
We went large for that. 100%.
Bro. Exactly.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. You was there. Yes.
But I'll be honest.
But like, bro, it's like an itch in you that you can't just be content, and it's like, I know it's like it goes against of being humble and stuff. I don't think it's got anything to do with being humble. Being humble is like knowing your lane, that
not showing off what you've got, essentially.
But that itch you have in you, that knowing that, okay, I can't be content with this life, because I know there's so much more out there for me that I can work for. And not only am I like, as long as you're not like letting go of your principles, your values and stuff, if I'm still grinding, if I'm still like trying to work for something bigger than what I already got, then that's beautiful, bro. All power to you guys, whoever does it.
I have a question. 100%. So when you're in the grind, and do you ever tell yourself, because this happens to me, and this is a game that it's a mind game that I've been playing for a while, is when you're in the grind, sometimes do you question, like, I don't want to I want to stop, but then you can't.
Bro, 100%.
Like, you tell yourself, you know
100%.
what, I'm fed up of it. Like, I'm not fed up, but it's like it doesn't excite me anymore. But you physically, once you try taking that step forward to stopping or calming it down or whatever, you just can't. You just feel like it's abnormal, and you just continue back.
And then you challenge yourself. You challenge yourself.
An even bigger goal, and you're like, I'm making that.
Bro, this happened to me. No word of a lie. No word of a lie. I mean, bro, you mans know my bank balance and stuff anyway, right? But like, basically,
it's a phone number, bro.
Huh?
Your bank balance is a phone number.
Like I don't know, bro. I tried to keep it humble, innit? Like, but anyway, bro.
999.
But anyways, but no, bro, legit. Like you mans know, like basically, like, I've gone from where to where, right? And the thing is, bro, even at my stage, bro, I still end up thinking, I still think to myself, you know what, bro, I'm gonna have a budget of 1,000, and I'm gonna turn this into 1 million again.
Oye, kya kamale, yaar.
Do you know what I mean?
Kya kamale, yaar.
Into a million again. Bro, it's not a problem, bro. It's a piece of cake. Once you do it, bro,
I'm not
it's
gonna
second nature. It's at the back of your hand, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
But look, genuinely speaking,
bro, of course, by looking at me, you can't tell, because, but alhamdulillah, bro, Allah Ta'ala's like,
humble.
Bro, we're very, very humble. Alhamdulillah, mashallah.
But you know one thing I've realized as well, and don't agree, is this so true? making your first 100k
Yeah, yeah.
is the hardest, but once you make 100k, I promise you, even
gets
to all the
easier,
viewers out there,
yeah.
I promise you, you have so much options as to what you want to do, and it's so much easy to just flip it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What our next season, what we're planning is like we want to be more involved in the business side of it and actually show you guys, look, here's some money, let's see what we can do with it. Come with us on this journey, and we're gonna flip it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
100.
we'll do that. We'll do that.
100, 100. You got it. You got
What's
it.
that? What we can do?
Yeah.
You just put money on the table, bro.
Put money on the table. Yeah, that's fine.
I
That's
saw
fine,
you
bro.
got a phone number for your bank balance, bro.
Huh?
You got a phone number, man. Remember?
Yeah, 100%.
You can add a few digits in it.
Bro, look, I just don't like to make it obvious, innit? But
I
bro,
don't
there's
earn
the-
much at all. Do you know how much I earn?
Mm.
£12,750 a year.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I started off on that as well, bro. Yeah.
That's my salary. So if because we're on social media, you can't be saying.
Yeah, no. 100%, bro. 100%, bro.
Right, let's come back to
Yes,
Earth, bro. Let's come back to
yes,
Earth.
yes.
on this planet.
Yes. You know.
Right, cool. Let's finish off with the question, yeah? That's the last piece of advice.
Go on.
What would you say for the woman asking the question then?
Let's go for it.
You
Well,
go for it, bro.
quick
Go
one,
on,
quick
say
one.
it.
Quick one. What I would say is, you're in the situation. You know, at the end of the day, no matter what, that's your partner in life. You know, so don't see it as don't see it as you feel it's a burden. Honestly, see it as, do you know what, we're in this together, let's help get out of the situation, even if she in this case isn't responsible for any of that money. But maybe, as you were saying, Sekib, in a way where, you know what, she could say, here, look, I've got some money that's just sitting there, use that to clear off your debt, but pay it back to me in your own time. What did I say wrong?
No, you didn't say nothing wrong, bro. That's fine. You didn't say nothing
There's
wrong.
nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's something cut.
No.
Come on, bro.
Legit.
It's natural. It's natural.
Okay.
We're laughing. It's fine. It's fine. Just leave it natural. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's
trust
fine.
me.
There's nothing wrong. Wallahi, there's nothing wrong with what you said.
Wallahi.
The reason why we laughed, or why I laughed,
Because you give back.
because he's getting it back. yeah. It's okay. Take it, but pay
should
it
give
back.
back, yeah?
bro.
With
Pay
interest,
back
with interest,
money,
with
yeah,
interest.
with the interest.
No, you know we're injured. Just charge high on my back.
That's it.
0%.
Listen, you know what? I'm looking at this as an investment. So look, you know what? If I was gonna put this money in my
For
business
seafood,
or this
yeah.
that, so I'd rather give this to you. So this is the amount of loss I would have made, essentially. So you can give me the difference back as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
a good investment.
Finish
like
it,
that,
finish it.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, as I was saying,
Yeah.
but generally, like, moral of the story is, look, you never know. Situations can change. In a year's time from now, your husband can have, I don't know, a new job, and he could have paid off. You would have, you know, the debt would have been cleared. So, in times of difficulties, try your best to help out. At the end of the day, it's your husband. Like, worst case, even if your husband doesn't pay you back, obviously that's not right. But I'd rather, if someone was to take my money, it be my partner rather than anyone else.
Yeah,
Do
bro.
you get what I'm
Look,
saying?
you know what the thing is, Hobbs. I totally agree with you, and I'm gonna try keeping this short because obviously you need to wrap up, yeah. But look, bro. Essentially, money's not a problem when it comes to your other halves, right? It's really not, bro. At the end of the day, you spend your whole lifelong income with your other half. Do you know what I mean? Right? Your house is shared automatically. Like, everything is your other half. So that's not even a problem. The issue is just the fact that it's sometimes just too soon to play that card. Do you know what I mean? It's far too soon. I get it. Yes, you know what? This person is going to be my lifelong partner, and, you know, we need to do everything together. But, you know, you've just got married. And having those expectations is just not, it's just not real, man. It's just not acceptable. It depends how he's approached, because obviously she's listed it in a certain way of her wording, right? But it may be the case where basically she's just seeing him struggle, and, you know, he might have just said that, look, you know what, if you can also help me, then that's fine. If you can't, then that's absolutely fine. But, you know, if you can, then yeah, you know what, it would just help me out a little bit. He might have worded it like that, and now she might just be feeling pressured. And if that's the case, you know, there's no gun to her head. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't have to do it. I think, yeah, essentially, yeah, you know what, if you can come up with that mindset, what Hobbs is saying, it will probably help out your husband. And then at the same time, it probably gives him a reason to appreciate you a lot more as well. And it probably most likely will go a long way. But does it still make it right? No, it doesn't. So I think, in all honesty, you need to, in my opinion, I think what this sister needs to do is just have an open conversation, try understanding his situation a little bit more, and try working out whether if, for example, she doesn't support him, how much is this going to impact him? How much does it take a toll on their relationship, in the sense where, for example, is she going to be deprived of luxuries and holidays which she might have once desired and all that sort of stuff? Whereas if they work together to do something, it might just speed up the process in which they can start living their life again. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Right? Because if she's not going to do it, then you know, she just needs to. She always, unfortunately, she's in that pickle where you know what, it is going to have an impact, and he's not going to be able to treat her. He's not going to be able to take her out anywhere because he's too busy grafting and paying off the debt. So it's something which she needs to be able to work out for herself. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer over here.
100%.
Yeah.
My final was just, I think, don't feel pressured. At the end of the day, you're not obliged to give any money at all. Islamically, morally, you're not obliged to do anything. If you want to help him out, you can help him out. If you don't want to help him out, you don't help him out. There's no pressure there. Obviously, as a wife, you have that little bit of expectation from your husband, thinking, oh, you know, you're my wife, I need some support. That's up to you. That's no one's putting a gun to your head, like you said. No one's putting any pressure on you. They say that you need to chip in. My only thing is going to be, like, obviously, if you speak to a lot of women and you ask for the advice from them, the first thing they're going to say, oh, don't pay him, he's a broke boy, this, that, get rid of him, blah, blah, blah. Don't jump that ship just yet. Yeah, give it a bit of time. You never know, this person might be struggling now, but in a couple years time, situation might change. You know what I mean? And he might repay you tenfold, bro. You never know.
And just look at, like, some of the most wealthiest people, or people that are very successful in life. When they were young, or in their 20s or 30s, they didn't make their main money there. They didn't make their fortune at that time. They made their fortunes later on. So when you get married, especially when you get married in your 20s and 30s, don't expect yourself to find a husband that is completely well off, because the chance of finding that is very limited. Not every single, the average we're talking about, you know, there's only selective handful of people that are in a very good financial position, but every single woman wants a guy that's in a good financial position. So what happens then? Do you get my point? So I think for me, another last point that I just want to add is the fact that, bro, this life is short. You know, we're not taking nothing with us to the grave. We're not taking our money with us. You know, so say, for example, if it was the other way around, say if my wife was in a situation, even if I've only known her for 2 months or a month or even a week or the day after maybe not the day after the wedding, but if I've known her for a period of time and she's in a difficult situation now, maybe she's got debts that she's trying to pay off for her wedding, I'm going to instantly ask, like, if she's stressing or struggling and whatnot, I'm going to ask her, do you need money? If I've got the money, I'll give it to her, and I'll tell her, pay me back in your own time, no pressure. Regardless, you know, because
if you love your partner,
you do it.
You'll do it, questioning it. You're saying if you trust them, if you believe in them, you'll do it, like, with no qualms whatsoever. 100%. You know what I mean? So just, like, don't feel like you feel you have to do it. If you, like I said, if you want to build your relationship, build your marriage, just do it. Don't pressure yourself. Don't put yourself in a burden situation. Just do whatever you can in the means. That's it.
Because one thing as well is, when someone is stressed, right, it affects your marriage. Not the financial aspect of it, but just that person being stressed, it affects his mental health, or whether it's her mental health. Then sometimes he might be a bit moody. He might treat his wife differently because of the stress, and he can't handle it. So sometimes you helping them financially, it's not because you're helping them financially. It's because you're helping your marriage, because you're not having that tension, you're not that pressure where the husband has of, you know what, I'm on the grind, I need to clear this. It's like, for you helping and supporting your husband is benefiting you as well. You're not doing it just to benefit him. It comes back to you, and that's the point I want to make.
100,
but
man.
yeah,
nicely worded, man. Boys, very good advice, man. I think we're getting good at this advice.
I think we should be advisors.
So, I think so. Although none of us actually claim to be advisors, right?
I never want to. I don't even want to.
We're not advisors. Yeah. I know we use the word advice quite a lot. It's not really advice. It's just our view, our point of view. Yeah, that's all really. So, take it or leave it, really.
Yeah, we're just self-acclaimed.
Yeah,
good-looking billionaires.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Who's the third one?
But you're not that.
Alhamdulillah.
You have to, bro. You know, that's the worst type of people. You know, no, you're not that bad. You're alright. You're alright sounds better. You're not that bad. You're bad, but not that bad.
You know what? That's
Really?
true.
All right, guys, let's end it right there, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Peace out.